Welcome to the realm of magic and mystery, classic horror and sci-fi. You are now entering the House of the Unusual podcast with your hosts, Eddie and Joe. Welcome, everyone. It is the House of the Unusual podcast. I'm Joe Pavlansky. Over there, we got Chuck and Cheri, Caputo, and in the other corner, we have Eddie Guevara. What's up, everyone?
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
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 All right. So we got a ton of stuff to talk about today. Eddie be popping in and out like a little groundhog. You know, when we see his head stick up, we'll ask him questions. When he pokes back out, you know he's gone. But you got me, Chuck, Cheri, and you never know who else is going to pop in today.
Yeah, you never know.
It'll be a little mystery for everyone. So Chuck, Cheri, what's new? I'm sure you guys have been keeping extremely busy with shows and all that now that the weather's nice. So what's up and what's new?
Yeah, keeping very busy, Joe, and keeping busy with our grandson too.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay. Yeah, he was born June 11th. Woo!
Yeah, so
what a blessing. He's so beautiful. Just love him.
Yeah, he's 1 week old, slightly over a week, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And he was slightly over 7 pounds, so he was slightly above average.
About 7 pounds, yeah.
A little over 7 pounds.
Yeah. His name's Roman Charles.
Yeah, Roman.
Nice.
It's
nice
different.
Name.
Kids nowadays, Joe, got different names. When I do shows, quite often I ask, when I get a volunteer, what's your name? One girl last week was named Journey, a little girl named Journey, and some really cool names. So yeah, they really have some unique names. And but yeah, I've been keeping busy with shows, and everything. Doing a lot of traveling. We have a magic convention coming up here in Pittsburgh next month in the middle of July. It's the International Brotherhood of Magicians. They're holding their international banquet here in downtown Pittsburgh, so we're signed up to be there. So that'll be pretty cool. And hey, how was Monster Bash? I see you got the movie Freaks. Did you watch it?
I haven't had a chance to watch it. I'm gonna save it for this weekend when I have some time off and I could sit maybe with a little glass of scotch and a cigar or something and really watch it. I didn't want to kind of rush it. I ended up getting a whole bunch of movies, and I'll talk about Monster Bash and some of my likes and dislikes there and on some of the movies, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to ask you guys if you have seen, which I'm sure you guys have, and your take on some of the movies. But real get into that, well, let everybody know that on mymoviemonsters.com, Scary Monsters magazine is pre-ordering for issue 131, Not of This World issue. And this one looks fantastic. Another really scary, cool cover by Scott Jackson of Martians invading, looks like the U.S. Capitol. And let's see what they have here that's going to be on it. It says, Not of This World issue puts the scary spotlight on classic sci-fi films about otherworldly invaders on a mission to conquer Earth, or aliens whose intentions are unknown but frighteningly suspicious. We also examine what aliens really want, including mates, food, and energy, how to make an alien, Lady of the Lagoon, Ginger Stanley, and the 1980s werewolf movies. Plus, readers will enjoy fan-favorite columns, Kaiju Corner, Strange Days, Trilogy of Terror, and much more.
Oh, that's one of my favorite, Trilogy of Terror.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to pick it up, Cheri. Make sure you grab it.
All right.
Issue 131 is now on pre-order, which is absolutely great news. And then Castle of Frankenstein, if you guys haven't picked this up, issue number 37, the Lost Time Machine issue, grab it. I'm currently reading it right now. It's absolutely fantastic.
Like that.
You should be able to get it on mymoviemonsters.com or at your local bookstore. And also, we have some good news from Stupid Comics magazine, is that the latest issue, number 9, is, well, as a couple weeks ago, I guess, at the printers. So let's see. Yeah, that was, June 10th. It says, all hands on deck. Issue number 9 of Stupid is at the printers. So I'm hoping we'll get an update very quickly from Ski over at Stupid Comics magazine. Or maybe he'll drop something off on our website or on Tapatalk, which, if everybody doesn't know, you could type in houseoftheunusual.com and it's going to take you to our new site, which is provided by Tapatalk. And it's a forum site, and there's so much to do on there. We've already had a lot of people sign up, and a lot of generous people, 6 people so far, donate to us, which helps us because we pay monthly for this site to be up and for different things on it. So when people donate, even if it's $1, $5, it helps us out to pay our monthly fees on it. And there are tons of forums on there, tons of topics, and you're going to really enjoy it. Eddie and Jason Blakely have put in a ton of time and effort on getting this site up. From talking to Eddie, he was talking with Jason Blakely a lot on what they could do on this, and these guys have spent hours upon hours on this site, and they said it's not on the on the technical side, it's not very user friendly, but on our side where we post on it and post pictures and videos, it is very user friendly. So
yes, it is.
Yeah, I like the looks of it. I like
it's a lot of
the
fun.
categories. There's nice categories on there.
yeah, absolutely. It simplifies everything, and it kind of organizes. On the last site, you just had to put a topic up, and then as new topics went up, it kept pushing everything down. Well, this one keeps it a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you could go in there, like we have a forum for movies and TV shows. So you could click in there, and then you could put your subtopics in there. So we have like posters, lobby cards, press books is one. The 2023 Renfield movie, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Horror and sci-fi movies, and Three Stooges. So it organizes a little bit more, so people, could navigate it a lot better. So definitely check that out, houseoftheunusual.com. It'll take you right to our Tapatalk forum site. It's free to join. You don't have to pay any money to join. But if you do wish to donate, man, that helps us out a lot, paying our monthly bill for it. And also, if you, I know Eddie's is different than mine. I don't know how your guys is, but on the bottom of my page, I have like this little dashboard type thing where it shows where you could vote, check in, make donations, who's online, statistics, and all that good stuff. But if you guys see on there where it says vote, please click that, daily if you can, and vote for us. It helps us in the rankings, and it helps with the algorithm, so it really puts us out there. And then also check in. On the bottom, you'll get gold points, and you get these gold points for anytime you like a post, you post something, you get more points. And after so many points, you could get so many kind of different member discounts, which you'll have to go on there and read. I really haven't read up to too much. Eddie was telling me about them, and I guess you could actually cash some in for money once you get so many points. So check that out. It's really cool. It's, you're on the site using it anyway. So when you like a post, or if you post something, you accumulate these gold points and everything. So we'll talk about that next time when Eddie's on. I'll ask him more about that when we see him pop up. We'll ask him about the gold coins on there, or some people might already be familiar with it because Tapatalk's a huge site, and if you're currently on any other forum, you're probably going through Tapatalk as well. So definitely check that out. And at the bottom, we also have our links and everything. So it's really cool. Everything's there. And yeah, that's about it. What do you guys think of the site so far?
Oh, I love it. What do you think, Cheri?
Yeah, it's good. I guess on my iPhone, I was looking and I couldn't find the vote and that particular bar that you're talking about. All I have on my phone on the bottom is home, forums, notifications, something else. I can't remember, like 4 different things. Because when I first went on, I was getting gold coins left and right, for signing up, for liking posts, for posting. So now I'm not sure exactly on my phone. It might be a little different on Chuck's tablet, or even we could do it on our computer. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, on the computer. I don't think you get a chance to do that through the phone. Are you using the app on the phone, the Tapatalk app?
Oh yeah.
See, I don't think you could do the check-in and the gold coins if you're using the app.
I see.
I don't know if it's different on the. You know what? I use the app on my my iPad, And the last time I used it, I didn't see anything for, gold coins or to check in or anything like that. So maybe it's just a computer, or if you go on your tablet and you go straight to the website without using the app, you might be able to do that. But I don't believe the app gives you the opportunity to
Got it.
to vote
Okay.
or use gold coins. So just
All right.
FYI, if everyone is using the app and you think you're raking in the gold coins, you might
Yeah.
not be.
Exactly. I'm going to try it the other way as well. Just going through to the website, not using the app.
Yeah, so you guys
Very
have to play
cool.
around with it, and we do have some people that have donated so far.
Nice.
Myself, House of the Unusual, Jason Blakely, a Doctor Defective, House of the Unusual again, and the Land of Secrets. So all those people out there, thank you for your donations. Like I said, it helps us because I believe Eddie pays. I can't remember when he pops in. We'll ask him, but he pays a little bit each month for certain things, and so people don't get inundated with advertisements and all that. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
another.
anytime that you guys donate to us out there, it goes straight to paying for the site there. So we put it right back into the site.
Very cool.
So definitely thank you to all those people. And right now we're up to 15 members, and we've only been on for what, I think a week or less than a week.
Yeah.
So we got 15 members, 133 posts, 42 topics, and 185 likes. And currently, I'm the only one online right now. So
cool.
no, I mean that's cool. That's great. Yeah. We have a lot of cool stuff going on out there. And guys, we have a classified section for buy, sell, trade, whatever.
Yeah.
And I do have 2 free graphic novels on there.
All that.
So if anybody wants to go on, sign up for House of the Unusual. Go on there. You could take a look at them. They're free. I pay shipping, so I'm sending you this. It's called Dead World. It was put out by Image years ago. Really cool artwork and story. And the other one is the 4-color comic book History of Comics, which is absolutely fascinating. So if you guys want them, you get them for free. Sign up on the page.
There you go.
Send me a private message, and I'll ship them out for you free of charge. I'll package them up real nicely. I'll pay the shipping. All you have to do is sit and wait by your front window for the mailman to drop them off, and you right out there, and you have 2 free comics to read. Well, graphic novels to read. So
very nice.
You'll even put a cigar in there, right?
I know, right?
Maybe not. I'm very touchy with my cigars. I don't like to give them up. Hey, and you know what? Speaking of that, a huge thank you to Eddie's brother Joe, who just sent me a little package today of some cigars. So Joe, if you're out there listening in podcast land, thank you a lot. I'll be sending you a text as well, just in case you don't get this in time. And it's always wonderful. Eddie and his brother, just fantastic people.
Yeah, they're very nice. A package just came from Ed. Didn't have a chance to open it. We picked it up this morning. Bye, better cigar. Thank you, Joseph. He's a great guy, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Knowing Eddie and Joseph, man, they're good people.
Yeah. All right. So we got all that stuff out of the way, and hey, let's talk about a little of what went on at Monster Bash this past weekend, because there's some movies and stuff that I want to ask you guys about. That some that I like, some that I didn't like. Well, let's see. Did I dislike any movies? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I disliked in the movie section, but there is one gripe that I do want to. I have to vent about, and Chucky, Cheri, I'm sure you guys will agree with me on this, and you probably see this at shows all the time. And you know what? Let's get it out of the way. Let's get this gripe out of the way right now.
Let's vent. Go ahead.
So this is my vent. This is my gripe. And you know what? I just don't see this at conventions. You kind of see it everywhere you go, especially in stores, convenience stores, wherever. But all weekend I seen this, and it has my blood boiling. Is people that stop in doorways or in aisleways to talk on their phone, to talk to other people, or just to look around, and they block everybody's movement. Yeah. I seen that all weekend, and I mean, just people stopping in the middle as people are leaving the movie room, and there's a line of people. Some people just stop in the middle of the doorway.
I don't get that. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
or they'll stop in the aisleway of the dealer section, and they're taking up the whole aisle to talk to somebody, and it's move to the side. There's no consideration
Exactly.
for other people or anything like that. It's like they're in their own little world. And man, guys, when I tell you, it was all weekend everywhere I seen it, and I had to tell people so many times, excuse me, and they look at me like, "Oh, I'm in your way." Yeah, you're standing in the doorway. There wouldn't,
Like you're a corner. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, just move. That's all. That's
Yeah,
terrible. Because people want to see the tables and see what's going on, and we came across that with our magic convention, honey.
Yeah.
Well, it was like, oh, it was unbelievable. It was a sea of people. It was even hard to even walk.
Yeah, I think they oversold the last convention we
Yeah,
went
that
to
was the
back
one
in
we were at.
February. It was shoulder to shoulder in the deal room. I had to stand on my tippy toes,
Oh,
tilt sideways just to
oh
see
wow,
crawl on the floor to get through
it. Crawl on the floor.
crawl on the floor between people.
No, but we do agree with you 100%.
Yes.
I mean, there is no courtesy anymore. And even when you drive on the street, sometimes people are pulled on the street
Yeah, they're so
talking.
rude.
It's
yeah,
like we have things to do here, you know.
I'm not waiting for your social hour to be over.
It's
Come
unbelievable,
on.
man.
yeah.
That's
There's
terrible.
just no consideration, just
No,
people in their own world. And man, it was all weekend, and it seemed like all the time. And I just got tired of telling people, excuse me, and you know,
I know.
they look at me like, well, what's going on?
You should have
Or
gone
by
and
the
told
dealer
them.
room, they're in front of a table and they're talking to somebody, and it's like you could see me, I'm trying to look, and you look at me, and then you go on talking, and it's like, have a little courtesy. I mean, you're potentially blocking the sales for this person here who's trying to make money to at least break even and pay for their tables there, and maybe make a little spending money. So you're blocking people there. If you want to talk, go somewhere else. The dealer room is what it's for, to buy stuff, to maybe make some connections with other dealers and all that, but not to just have social hour in front of somebody's table.
Exactly.
You're ruining it for people. You're ruining it for the dealer and for the person trying to patronize them. So
Yeah, I agree.
that's all. That's my little rant for that. I had to get it off my chest because it was all weekend and it was irritating.
I bet it was. Oh my goodness. But
But
looked
look,
like you had a great time, Joe.
you know what? I tell you what, I really did. It was great this year, and I tell you, it was packed.
Wow.
Usually Friday mornings when they do the 9 a.m. it starts with the 16 millimeter film, Monsters We've Known and Loved. So it's their traditional opening short film. It's a documentary. It was produced back in 1964, and it is narrated by Joseph Cotton. And it's some of the stuff is outdated, some of the information, because of course, over the years we find a lot more information and different things are discovered about the actors in the movies.
Sure.
But I tell you what, it's great. It's a great throwback, and it's the tradition there. So that was absolutely fantastic. And usually there's 10 to 15 people in there watching it, because it's 9 a.m. on a Friday. Some people are still working or haven't got in, but this Friday there was about 30 of us.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
30,
How about Saturday morning, Joe? Did they give the cereal giveaway in the cartoons?
Yeah, Saturday morning they did the cereal and cartoons, which I got up for it. I went in there, watched the cartoons. That was packed as well. There's probably 30, 40 people for that. And I tell you what, Friday all day it was packed. Saturday it was really, really busy. And then Sunday it was busy too. And I was kind of disappointed that Sunday, a lot of the dealers had left, I guess, Saturday after the dealer room closed up.
Oh, wow. No.
And a lot of them started packing up about an hour earlier. So, I would have, if I was running that, I would have told them, hey, dealer room is open till 5. You can't pack up until 5, because there's still people walking around looking to buy, and there's dealers who have already packed up or were packing up at the time.
Oh, geez.
So I kind of thought that was odd. And like I said, there was a lot of dealers that left Saturday. But the celebrities and all that, they stayed till the very end, which was cool. And there was a lot of authors that packed up early as well, which was kind of disheartening, because I was looking to buy some last minute books, and next thing you know, their tables are empty. And it's still a couple hours to go in the show. So I mean, I understand, they might have had some commitments and all that, but
or maybe a lot of travel time to get home or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought that was kind of odd. But I tell you, the show was very busy. All 3 days were
Nice.
packed,
Very good.
which is really cool.
Did they have that part, Joe, where you try and stump them with a particular movie, like a monster or something? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they did have the game shows, which I didn't attend any of the game shows. Usually, I use that time to go eat.
Yeah.
Because everything was so packed, so I had to kind of, there were some
my.
things I had to miss, some things I
Yeah.
really didn't want to. So the game shows and some of I'm not really big in the celebrity talks.
Yeah.
I'd rather read a book or something about them. And usually it's the same questions that are asked to every celebrity.
Yeah, sure.
The only one I did stay to watch was Lynn Lugosi Sparks at the end. She's the granddaughter of Bela Lugosi.
Very
And she
cool.
is the daughter of Bela's son, Bela Jr. So she was really interesting to listen to. She was just kind of talking about the Lugosi line and some new stuff. I also stayed to listen to which was really cool was oh, what the heck's his name here? Gosh, now I'm gonna have to look. Dan Roebuck.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Dan Roebuck. He played he had made a documentary back in 2013 called Monster Maniacs. So he introduced that, which was a really cool documentary about just classic monsters and growing up as a monster kid, and it showcased some of his collection before he sold it off.
Oh yeah. Was he the voice of Dilbert? Is that him? Or am I thinking somebody else?
No, I don't think so. He just played Grandpa Munster in the new Monsters movie.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's played a lot of smaller bit parts, but he's a true blue monster kid. And that's why I watched his documentary. I listened to him talk after and actually picked up a copy of the documentary. I did, he was one of the guys I really wanted an autograph there, but when I seen his prices, I said, nah, I'm not gonna pay that. So
really,
he was like $40 for
oh my
autograph photo, and if you brought anything to him, I think it was like $20. Yeah, I said, I'm not paying that for.
No, I don't blame you.
For somebody, $40 for a photo, or if I bring you a DVD to sign, $20 just for your signature. I said, come on, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Huh.
So and I'm not really a big autograph person, anyways, but I really
either.
wanted to get maybe something of his because he is a monster. I'm not paying those prices for somebody's autograph.
No,
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking, Joe, about how concerts are outlandish as far as prices go.
Oh yeah.
Compared to like when we were young back in the 70s.
Well, I mean, like even in high school in 1980, 1981.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Well, when I went to see a concert, downtown of like
Civic Arena.
Yeah, down to Civic Arena, like Rush came or something like that.
Yeah.
They were like $10. I mean, I understand it was 40 years ago, but now Taylor Swift just came to Pittsburgh. I think the opening tickets were just under $900 a person.
Who can afford that?
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
That's funny because just not to get really off topic, but me and my wife went to grocery shopping last night, and she had mentioned something about that. I said, Taylor Swift's still around?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh yeah, she's huge. Her ticket prices they go for like $1,000. I said, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think she was still around.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
You know what they can. You know what they can keep. They can keep it. That's just. It's true, and yet it was packed. So I don't understand it.
And they're trying to.
I think if people would kind of like just say no, I'm not going to pay that, they would drop their prices. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Same with the autographs.
Yes, same with the autographs. Don't stand in line, and Daniel Roebuck will sell them for $5.
Yeah, and he seems like a really cool guy. Like kind of guy like you'd like to go out and have a beer with and talk monster movies. But I'm maybe there was a reason he had the autographs that high, and
maybe
I don't know, but. For me, I'm not an autograph person. I'm not going to pay it. If people are and they want to pay it, hey, more power to you. But
that's right.
For some, my opinion is if I'm bringing you, say, my action figure and I want you to sign it, why are you going to charge me $20 just for you to sign it? It's your signature. Like for me, I'd be happy if anybody came up to me and brought me one of my books and said, "Hey, could you, I bought this from you a year ago. Can you sign it for me?" Absolutely. There's no way I could look at him and say $20.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
that's true.
No, I
That's
agree.
true. Good point,
You know,
Jen.
I just, I would be honored that somebody would want
Yeah, that's
my
nice.
autograph. Not to
Exactly.
charge them, but
Yeah.
maybe there's a reason, for everything. I don't know, but
know.
to each their own. But I tell you what, I watched some great movies,
Yeah, let's hear
and
about
I'll tell you guys a few. We'll just go through the movies here. So, Return of the Vampire, 1943. Have you guys seen this one with Bela Lugosi? It was like
Yeah.
during World War II.
Yep, I saw it. I don't believe Cheri did.
No.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a good
that-
movie.
Absolutely fantastic. Lugosi's back as Dracula, and it's full throttle, World War II,
Mhm.
paranoia in it. So I definitely check that out. It's kind of like an unofficial sequel to Dracula 1931.
Right.
So definitely, guys out there, checked it out. Return of the Vampire 1943. Now this one I seen, and I have to watch. Man, I don't know about this one. Vampire 1931.
That doesn't ring a bell.
And it's a Danish film.
Oh,
So apparently they did this film. They kind of they dubbed everything on it because they were putting it in different languages, and it's a slow, spooky film. But I watched the whole thing, and there was a few of us that were sitting in the aisle, and we were like, we didn't understand the plot or what the heck was going on. It did have some spooky elements, but it wasn't it wasn't really put together well.
Yeah.
It was very, very choppy and hard to understand. But and they made it. It was supposed to. I guess they originally wanted it to be a silent movie. This is right on the cusp of talkies and silence, 1931, and I guess the director he wanted this to be a silent movie, and the powers that be wanted it to be a talkie. So they kind of, the actors don't really move their mouth too much when they do talk because it was going to be dubbed in several languages, and they also have note cards that pop up of what's going on. So it's kind of like a mix between a silent and a talkie. But the score for the movie is absolutely fantastic. I guess the person who did the score won some awards for it, and it was great. Like I said, it's spooky moments, but the plot
I'd have to check that out. That sounds interesting. Not moving your mouth too much when you talk. That's what happens when I talk to Cheri. She gets mad.
Yeah.
My mouth doesn't move too much.
Can't read your lips.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I do have this movie in a Criterion collection DVD, and it has some commentaries and all that. So I kind of want to watch it again with commentaries and see if we can figure out what the heck was going on with this movie. But
yeah, I'll tell you what, Bela Lugosi made his rounds. I watched a Bowery Boy thing the other day with Leo Gorski.
Nice.
And and he did a pretty good guest shot on there. I think it was Get Spooked or something spooked. I would say 1953.
When the Spooks Run Wild.
That's it. Spooks
Run
Wild. Yeah, that was a lot. It was hilarious.
That was the Bowery Boys.
Yeah,
wow.
That was really cool. Yep.
Yeah, so there was two cool back-to-back movies. So this one was Vampire 1931, and it's spelled Vampyr for anybody out there that wants to see it. The next one was Return of the Ape Man, 1944.
No.
Anybody out there seeing this? This was a monogram, and it had I tell you, it had Lugosi and John Carradine in it.
Ooh.
And it was definitely a B movie, and it was different. It was a 1944 B movie. Lugosi and Carradine were fantastic in it, and it was it's a quick movie to watch. I believe it was 57 minutes or 61 minutes, something like that.
Oh, nice. I always loved John Carradine's voice. Wow.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Spooky voice.
And he plays a really straight doctor in this. Lugosi's the mad doctor.
Yeah.
Carradine's the straight doctor to him. So yeah, he's great. If you're a fan of either one, Lugosi or Carradine, definitely check this out. It's a B movie. It is what it is, but it's tons of fun. All right, what do we have next? White Zombie, I didn't stay to see that one. I've seen that a million times.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
It is fantastic, but I wanted to go eat. This was my
What year?
time to go
What
out
year
and
was
eat.
that? What year was that, Joe? That's pretty old.
1932.
32.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a
Yep.
cool movie. It's a really good movie.
Yep. Yeah. So I wanted to eat because I had a huge lineup after that, and there was a talk with Frank Delastrito on zombies, and it was fantastic. He went through the whole history of zombies in classic movies. The next movie up that I didn't get a chance to see was Black Friday 1940 with Karloff Lugosi, Stanley Ridges, and Anne Gwynn. It's kind of like a gangster horror movie. I know I've seen this in the past, but there was some other stuff that I wanted to do at the time, so I didn't get to watch it. Have you guys seen that one before?
No,
No.
I didn't. I'll have to check that out. I did not.
Okay. Next up was Zach Zito. He did live theater. He did The Monkey's Paw.
Oh, we know that
I
one.
love the monkey.
Yeah.
Anything with a
I knew
monkey.
you guys would like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, W.W. Jacobs. That's such a
That's such a
cool
cool
short
Yeah.
story. It should have been
Yeah.
a long story. I love that.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of The Monkey's Paw as well. I knew you guys were too, and Zach Zito did absolutely fantastic. For me, he is one of the highlights of Monster Bash every year because he is
Nice.
he's a one-man theater guy. Sometimes he'll get some other people to come in and help, but he's it, man. He did a fantastic rendering of the story.
That
So
is so cool. In the Magic Kit, I know there's only a few left. I actually handcrafted a monkey's paw in there.
Yes.
It's just fur and everything. It's really, really cool. I love anything with a monkey's paw and the whole story, the whole folklore behind it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
yes, and that's in the horror magic set, which you could find on our Etsy
Yes.
shop. I believe there's still one or two left. So if you go on their Etsy, go to House of the Unusual, and you could find
Yes.
them there.
Yeah, I actually handcrafted a monkey's paw. There's a shrunken head that floats. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah, a lot of good magic.
Yeah, the old art class came in hand when I was younger.
Yeah.
I took art classes. It's really cool. Yeah.
All right. So the next movie they played was The New Invisible Man, 1958, and this was a Mexican monster movie, and it was dubbed in English. Really cool. It kind of skirted the Universal Invisible Man with the Mexican monster twist to it.
Right.
Really cool. I would highly recommend anyone to seek this out, maybe on YouTube or something. If you just type in The New Invisible Man 1958, it should pop up.
Oh, wow.
Great.
You mentioned about the history of zombies, Joe. That would be pretty interesting because I don't know. Like, I know they started many, many years ago, but it actually took off not far from where I am, up just outside of Pittsburgh with George Romero in Night of the Living Dead. And the actual cemetery is probably an hour and a half away from us, where parts of that were filmed. Would like
Evans City.
Up in Evans City, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and so would like to go there sometime and visit it. And trying to find that actual grave where Barbara, was attacked by the zombie and everything.
Yeah, and he does say that Night of the Living Dead is the first time zombies are shown eating people in movies.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like and really a lot of people look at that Night of the Living Dead, was that 1968?
Yes.
Was the cusp of when classic horror movies stopped and the modern horror movie craze started.
Modern horror movie, yeah. I don't know what they used in there, but yeah, they were chewing something, and it might have been it snapped loose and it was hanging from their
chicken guts. Who knows? Ugh.
Oh, that was wild, man. You gotta be kidding me! But that was neat. It was really cool.
Wow, pretty cool.
Yeah. So the last movie of the day for Friday was The Mysterious Doctor, 1943, and this was a spooky little B movie. It had a decent story, a predictable story. You kind of knew what was going on. Definitely some, had some elements of what was going on in World War II at the time in Great Britain. So some very spooky scenes in the mine with the headless guy walking around. So yeah, this is definitely one to check out. Another quickie. I think it was about an hour. So The Mysterious Doctor, 1943. Make sure you guys, I'm sure you could find that on YouTube or something. Yeah, because that's a movie that's still in public domain. And hey, I tell you what, Chuck, I bet you that you've seen this show, which was the first after of course, Saturday morning cartoons. This was the first show right after that, and I was, I didn't want to watch it, and I'm like, I never seen it. It looks interesting, but it was an episode of The Wild Wild West.
That's my guy.
Oh yeah, Cheri was a big fan of
Was
that.
it on a train?
Yep, no, it was on a train, and this one was called The Night of the Golden Cobra with Boris Karloff.
Ooh, we'll have to look for it. We'll have to look for that episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
This was
that the very first one, Joe?
I don't know. I don't know if this was the very
Okay.
first one, or where this was in the episode list.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've ever watched the Wild Wild West before.
Yeah,
Oh.
Cheri was a big fan of it. I mean, I liked it too, but she liked William. Was it William Conrad or Robert?
Robert Conrad.
Yeah, and Artemis.
Yeah.
Was that his name? Artemis.
Ross Martin played Artemis.
Ross Martin. Yeah. Artemis. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was, I think, this was really cool because it wasn't, James West. He was a real, smart aleck and real confident person. He just. He didn't care. And when he was in like a bad situation, he didn't cry. He just kind of cracked jokes and said, yeah, I'll get out of this. Don't worry. And it was really cool. And Boris Karloff, he played Mr. Sign, who was
we have to look for that.
He built this castle in the middle of the desert, and he was trying to get James West to come to him to teach his sons how to fight and survive and everything. And it was I tell you, it was really cool. The episode went quick for an hour. Man, it was good.
Nice.
And Wild Wild West is what? It's a mixture of like Western and sci-fi. Is that what I'm guessing? All the episodes?
Yeah, I would say so. Sure.
Yeah, I have to definitely check out more of these because it was really cool. So.
And what was the name of this again?
The Night of the Golden Cobra. So it was a 1966 episode.
All right. We're going to have to watch that one. Yeah.
So another one right after that, which I didn't watch because I watched it last year, was an episode of The Wagon Train called The Tobias Jones Story. Have you guys seen this one?
See that one?
No, I didn't. No.
I know we've talked about this before on the podcast, but put this one in your notes because you have to see this. You guys, if you're fans of Lon Chaney Jr. or I'm sorry, Lou Costello.
Oh yeah,
this is Lou Costello in his only dramatic role.
Right. Yeah.
And he plays a drunk that's in this. He's a drunk that's trying to be a better person, trying to get sober, and he really takes liking to this little girl who is played by Beverly Washburn, and he kind of looks at her as like and she looks at him as kind of like a father uncle figure, and he looks at her and he wants to get sober and be a better person. Aww. And she kind of tells him hey you could be a better person, this doesn't have to be you, and it's absolutely fantastic. So it's The Wagon Train, the Tobias Jones Story from 1958. If you guys haven't seen this one, watch it with a box of tissues.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it is. You're gonna die to see Lou Costello in a dramatic role because you're gonna just be waiting for some type of comedic trope, and
some kind of a pratfall or something. I know that guy was something. Wow, that would be cool to see him in. I'll definitely look this up. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So next after that was we watched the Thriller, and the episode was The Prediction from 1960.
We did watch that. That was pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah, that was a really creepy one. And we watched I think 3 Thriller episodes this weekend because Cortland Hall and his buddy on Friday, they canceled at the last minute because there was a one of them got really sick, so they couldn't travel.
Yeah.
And we watched the Thriller episode there, and I can't remember the name of it, but all the Thriller ones are good. They have Boris Karloff in them, and you can't go wrong with them. But The Prediction was fantastic. Let's see, what do we have up next?
I like this. You know what? I like the scenery in that Prediction, Joe. Some of those magic tables. I mean, the average person wouldn't know, but they were very nice looking tables up on stage there with a fire in it, and everything.
Yeah.
They were beautiful, absolutely beautiful tables.
That'd have been right up your alley or Mike Mesmer's alley.
Yeah, that caught my eye right away. I'm thinking, whoa, that's a nice looking table.
Yeah. So the next movie after that was The Mummy's Hand, 1940.
Oh, I remember that definitely.
Which is a great movie. I didn't stick around for that one because I've seen it 100 times, and I think I went I went to get lunch at this time. So, but everyone,
what, I
everyone
like
knows The Mummy's Hand.
They have a nice restaurant in that hotel, Joe. Remember me, you, and Cheri ate in there, and I was showing
Yeah,
you Magic. It's a beautiful restaurant.
yeah. So I had to find some time for food. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, okay. Here's where we got to get into a discussion because on Saturday at 4 o'clock, I watched a talk with Greg Menk. He's a classic horror and just a overall movie historian, and he did a talk on Of Mice and Men, which was playing next.
Ooh.
And that is the 1939 version. Have you guys seen this?
No, I haven't.
Cheri?
No, I didn't see the movie.
I read the book though, Steinbeck. It's an excellent.
So this is the one with Lon Chaney Jr., and Burgess Meredith.
Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Okay.
And it's not really a horror movie per se. It's more of like a drama. And I almost didn't watch it, but after listening to Greg Menk's hour talk on it, I decided, I'll check out the movie. And it's fantastic. It's got to be up there in my top favorite movies of all time.
Is that something?
It is. I tell you what, and it's a tearjerker too. By the end of it, you're going to be so invested in these characters, and I don't want to ruin the ending because it's kind of like a surprise ending almost of what happens, but you could kind of see it, where it's going to. And you get so invested in these characters. I mean, Burgess Meredith and Lon Chaney do such a great job.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you really feel for them, and you feel for I can't remember what the lady's name is on the ranch, she's married to the rancher's son, and she's just kind of physically and mentally abused by him, and you really feel for her and just all these characters. It is fantastic. You guys, I know we touched on this last time. Eddie goes, I don't know if I want to see it because of the of the title and all that, but Of Mice and Men, 1939, not the 1992 version.
Okay.
See the 1939. See a young Burgess Meredith. I think he was early 30s at this time.
Wow.
And Lon Chaney Jr., this is the movie that catapulted his career because right before it, he had filed for bankruptcy. He was going through a divorce. His acting career wasn't looking good.
Oh my.
And this is the movie that catapulted Lon Chaney to what we know him as today. And you guys have to see it. There's nothing, much more I could say on how good it was. It is.
And this was this was Lon Chaney Jr., you said, or senior?
Lon Chaney Jr., yes.
Okay, because the senior didn't live very long, if I'm not mistaken. He
didn't live long. I think he lived to the late 20s, early 30s, something like that.
Yeah. He was okay. Definitely.
But yeah, I'm just warning everyone out there, and watch this with a box of tissues because you're gonna need them at the end. I guarantee it. Or if you don't, you're holding them in because the ending is brutal.
Okay.
It is a very brutal ending. So check that out. Mice of Men, 1939. All right, let's go through here. We had another thriller episode, which I didn't stay for that one. I went out to get dinner. That one was called Hay Fork and Bill Hook.
What?
Let's see. Yeah, it was something about a witch.
Say what? Say what? No, I never
something
heard
about witchcraft and all that. I didn't stay for it. Like I said, I went to go get dinner. Let's see. What else? Oh, the outdoor movie Saturday night was The Monster That Challenged the World.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which is very cool to see outside on the big screen. That's a classic. And I think I sent you guys a picture, didn't I?
Yes, you're smoking a big stogie.
Yeah,
big stogie watching it.
I think it was the biggest cigar I've ever seen in my life.
Bigger than you,
She said it was bigger than you.
That was a Cuban Cohiba, courtesy of Eddie's brother Joseph. So I had one left. I said, you know what? I said, this is a Monster Bash cigar right here.
Oh my gosh, indeed.
So The Monster That Challenged the World, 1957, is a absolute B movie classic. And if you guys haven't seen it out there in podcast land, that's one you have to see. It goes by very quick. I think it's a little over an hour, and it's really cool. So
Right.
let's see, what was our late movie Saturday night was The Devil Commands with Boris Karloff.
I remember that. Yeah.
Chuck, how freaky was it with all those dead people sitting around the table at the
Yeah.
end?
That was really cool.
That was like one of the most freakiest things I've seen
That was-
in a B movie in a long time.
Yeah, it was yeah, very, very unusual. Yeah, it was cool, man. Boris Karloff was the man. I'll tell you what, I like all of his stuff. It was so nice when we had Sarah Karloff on that one time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Talking to her. That was great. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so The Devil Commands. This was a Boris Karloff, of course, was playing a mad doctor, which
Mhm.
he had made a lot of mad doctor films for Columbia Studios in the 40s. But this one is, man, the last 20 minutes or so are just unbelievably
Mhm.
creepy.
I remember.
Just with all, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Chuck. And I don't
Yeah.
want to say too much for people out there that haven't seen it.
Yeah, check it out, definitely.
But man, it's spooky at the end. So Devil Commands 1941. All right, moving on to the last day, Sunday. You know, the depression starts kicking in because Monster Bash is almost over, and
Yeah.
you gotta get back to the real world. So early Sunday morning, they played some Little Rascals, which were
Oh, they're always
really
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Then they played The Legend of Boggy Creek from 1972, which
Oh, yeah.
I didn't stay to watch that one. I was walking around the dealer's room getting some lunch. What else? Oh, then they had, which was absolutely fantastic, was a colorized version of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Oh, there you go.
Did
Yeah.
you like
So,
it?
oh, it was
You liked
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Apparently, somebody had one of the fans had sent Ron Adams, who runs the Monster Bash, a copy of this. I don't know if they got it from overseas or something like that, but it was really, really cool. You see a lot of different things in there that you don't realize, and yeah, I mean it's a great addition. And I'm not, like I said last episode, I'm not really a fan of colorizing these classics, but it's
Mhm.
cool to see them. You know, it's another tool to have in your toolbox. You know, not
Right.
you know, you never dismiss the black and white, but it was nice to see this one in color. It was, yeah, really cool, something to see.
Nice.
And then the last movie they played, which I didn't stay for this one, was The Smiling Ghost, 1941.
I remember that.
Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, we just watched it recently again. Yeah, that was
What
cool.
did you think of it?
I liked it. Yeah, it was cool.
It was about, refresh my memory.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. That was an older one, wasn't it? What year was that?
1941.
41. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this was a horror comedy, which, you know, I'm not too big on horror comedies. So I watched like the first 10 minutes of it, and then I wanted to make another round in the dealer room before I left. And, you know, I went out, and that's when I noticed everybody was kind of packing up or already packed up. So, you know, I kind of made my last round and see what else I didn't need to buy, and that was
Yeah.
it.
I know what you mean about packing up early. I haven't gone to one for a long time, but if I have a Saturday off and I'm not doing a magic, yeah, we go to the local flea market. I like to just walk around outside, and I tell you what, by like 11 o'clock,
Or even 11:30, 12.
yeah, they're packing things up already.
Ridiculous.
I mean, man, give it a chance.
Wow.
You know, sit around for a while, right, and try and sell some stuff.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
you know, a lot of conventions though, they tell people, you know, if the dealer room's open till 5, you can't pack up until after 5.
Well,
That's
sure.
weird.
You know, I know a few years ago when I did a comic convention, I had a table there, and I think it was a Saturday and Sunday, but Sunday we couldn't pack. I think it went to 4:00. We couldn't pack up until 4:00.
Well,
Till 401.
yeah, it's a 401. Yeah,
That's
well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the way it should be.
It should be that way.
Hey, speaking of comics, just for the listeners out there,
Yeah.
the current video from Chuck's Corner we made, I believe, right now is a comic book magic.
Yeah.
So if anybody has a chance, check this out. You'll see some comic book ads, original ads, and you'll see some of my novelties that I show on there. And there's a really cool magic effect on there. It's called Gremlins in the Box.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool effect. It's built by a buddy of mine, Peter Lochran. He sold these about 10 or 12 years ago, and it's a mechanical masterpiece. There's supposed to be a gremlin in the box, and he's shaking the box, and then you have a card selected. You put the pack into the box with the card in it, and he fumbles around in there, and then finally he actually shows the card. It comes out of the box, but you tell him to sign it so that you put the card back inside with a Sharpie, and he grabs a hold of the uncapped Sharpie, and he starts to sign his name, and it pops back up. It says signed the Gremlins. It's really,
Nice.
yeah, really cute, man. Really nice. So check it out.
What's his name, Chuck?
The guy that built the box is Peter.
No. The Gremlin. What's his name?
Oh, no, he didn't. There's no name. He's not Gizmo thing, but it's kind of neat. Yeah, it's a cute trick.
You know, I was hearing when Joe was saying about people packing up early. You know, in Chile they have a strict rule on that, and they don't really pack up. But the problem with that is when they start allowing them to do it once, people are going to do it again, which is stupid.
That's
Yeah.
You're paying $200-$300 a table. Why do you want to leave?
Yeah, I don't get it. You're paying exorbitant money for the table. You might as well
Yeah.
just sit around, have a cup of coffee, and
Get
relax.
your money's worth. Yeah,
Yep.
maybe make some more.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was really disappointed in that. There was tons of people, and there was even one guy who I had bought some lobby cards off of, and I wanted to take a last minute. I think there was still an hour left or something. I wanted to take a last minute peek at what he had, and I went by the table. It was completely gone. I said, "Wow!" I said, "You just lost, some sales." And I'd spent some decent money with him over the weekend, which I'm sure he was happy. But there was a few things that I wanted to look at.
Yeah.
And there's another guy who had a ton of books and pulps, and I wanted to check him out. And he was gone like 2 or 3 hours before the end of it.
Oh my.
I don't
Like I said, there were some guys that left Saturday after, which I could understand. Okay, if maybe you could only do a Friday and Saturday, but they should have at least put a note or something or a sign that said, "Hey, only here Friday and Saturday." Because
that's
there
a
was,
good.
yeah, because there was one guy who I wanted to buy a book from on Sunday. I said, you know what? I was going back and forth on the book. I said, if the book's still there Sunday, I said, I'll grab it. I know he's got a few copies left. And
There you go.
lo and behold, I wake up Sunday, he was going to be the first table I went to, packed up and gone.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
But yeah, if you're going to stay, because you're there Friday through Sunday is the show. And this could be for any show, is that you expect that those dealers are going to be there the whole weekend.
Yeah, you would think
So if you're only going to be there the Friday or Saturday, at least put a sign up that said, "Hey, only here Friday and Saturday."
No, you're right. That's exactly it. Yeah.
But it is what it is. But I tell you what, it was a great overall show. Everything was ran smooth, fantastic, and I had a great time. There were a lot of fun people there, and everyone seemed to have a great time. So another successful Monster Bash. And I tell you what, there's a film festival coming up August 18th through 19th, Palace Theater in Canton, Ohio, for anybody that's able to make it. And dude, check out this lineup that they have for movies that will be played on the big screen there. And you know what? In between the movies, they bring their original organ up and have somebody playing old music and all that there.
Wow, that's nice.
So it's really cool. And they also have some vendors and everything there. But this will be the Friday lineup, which is Invaders from Mars, followed by Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Ooh, I love that.
Then The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh,
Yes, I'll be there, Joe.
And then followed by The War of the Worlds.
Ooh.
So very cool.
Those are a few of my favorites. Oh,
yeah. Now here's the Saturday lineup, which is cool as well. Starts off with Target Earth, then The Thing, and then Invasion of the Saucermen, followed by everybody's favorite sci-fi movie to watch in the theater, because at the end you have to run out of the theater, The Blob.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Love that.
Hey, I got a question to you guys. Have any of you guys looked up the latest inputs into the website? Like, have you seen the forum on the robots?
I haven't.
Mechanical Man?
No,
You got to look at it, man. I scored big time yesterday, big time.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep, I started back. I'm not going to say what I scored, but back in September, I walked into a liquor store that is in my area looking for a soda. Well, my wife was shopping in Marshall's, and I saw something standing there. I said, "Oh, I got to have that." So I asked the guy in the store. He's like, well, I don't know. You got to talk to the manager. So, my brother's thing is the manager probably just gave it to you to get rid of you nagging. And I said, well, the nagging was definitely worth it. So if you guys want to see what I scored,
Oh, we'll check it out. Yeah.
go under the website. It's under the forum, Robots and Mechanical Man.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting, man. All I need now is just a haunted house.
Oh, wow. We'll check it out. Hey, I might have to walk into a liquor store. I might find some magic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, this is it's actually something
That sounds like a joke. A magician walks into a liquor store.
and finds.
It does.
Hey guys, before we sign off here, there's one thing I want to tell you. Have you guys seen that new movie Renfield?
No, I did not see it.
I tried, Joe. I tried, and and as I got 10 minutes into it, the over the top CGI just turned me right off.
I tell you what, I watched the movie. I thought it was fantastic.
I'll have to check it out. Okay.
I absolutely loved it. The homage to the original 1931 Dracula film. They put somehow, using technology and special effects, they put what's his name, Nicolas Cage as Dracula in the original scenery, and it is. I tell you, he does such a great job. He when he played Bela Lugosi as Dracula, you could tell that he was very passionate about it. And just reading some articles about him is that he really took the position seriously there, and he watched a lot of the original Bela Lugosi movies where he was Dracula, and that's what he wanted to bring to that, with kind of like a modern twist of, okay, the vampire's a little bit older and all that now, but he was very adamant on maintaining the respect for the original films and for how Lugosi played Dracula. And I tell you what, he did that. I thought he was fantastic. Yeah, the CGI was a little over the top at sometimes and a little campy, but the overall feel and story of the movie and the way that Nicolas Cage played Dracula I thought it was fantastic. I was a little reserved at first to watch the movie, but it's definitely going to be one that I'm going to buy on DVD. We'll put it that way.
Maybe I should give it a chance, Joe.
Yeah, you know what? I would give it a chance. You got to put the CGI aside because it is campy. But if you just watch the movie and you could just tell, that the characters really respected the source material for it, which was Bram Stoker's Dracula, obviously, and of course the 1931 movie, because this is kind of like a sequel to it almost.
Okay. Hey, one quick thing. We're on the website and I see what you scored, Eddie. That's pretty big. Wow. That's really cool, man.
I have to see this now. Let's see. I'm on the website. So where am I going under?
Robots and
Robots.
And that thing is huge. Whoa.
The thing is, it was funny. My wife goes in the store. When she comes out, it's in the back of the car. And what?
It's huge.
It's free. I said, I can't.
Whoa, what is that?
It's huge. Right? Ravage 3.
You got that for free.
Yeah, man. And my wife was very not happy. It weighs about 60 pounds.
Wow, you look pretty miserable in that middle picture too there, Eddie. You're looking like, what?
Yeah, she's in the back yelling at him as she's taking the pictures.
I was carrying it out. It's heavy, man.
Eddie, where are you going to put it, honey?
I was thinking my living room, but my wife already. The only thing it's missing from it, the sword, man. And I kind of feel embarrassed asking the lady, hey, do you have the sword up there? But
is that made out of, what's that made out of? Foam?
No, it's fiberglass.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a, of course it was made for the stores. It wasn't made for you to buy. And Ravage 3 is the beer company that made it. And the sword, I guess it's actually a steel sword. The thing is, it's like I told you, it's like 60 pounds.
I could see that. Wow.
You could buy a sword for a few bucks and throw it on there.
Yeah, I was gonna do that because I'm kind of embarrassed. I mean, I'm gonna ask maybe in 2 or 3 weeks. Hey, but the thing is that I know it's a fact that's nice, man. And
I can't believe you got that for free. That is so cool, man.
And it's so funny because my daughter said to me, "That's because my brother." That's because you hound them. But I was on top of that lady every time I went there, like every week. Hey, did the lady, because she goes to me, somebody was going to take it. apparently the son of the person that was going to take it had moved and they forgot to get it.
Oh, see.
And that's why I got it. But I was very shocked that I got it for
Very
free.
cool.
Honestly, one is selling on eBay for like $580 and $150
Wow.
shipping.
I'm surprised
That is
that
cool.
you were embarrassed about asking for the sword after.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean,
yeah,
really?
you get the whole statue, and you're like, I don't know, the sword.
I
That's
don't know. I'm a little shy now.
No.
Hey, guys,
Let me
like-
ask.
Hey guys, I got to butt in here. We got about 20 seconds left, so we got to wrap this up real quick. Guys, thank you for joining us. Everybody out there in podcast land, find us on your favorite podcast platform. Subscribe to us. Give us a good review so that helps us out. Visit houseoftheunusual.com. Check us out on YouTube under House of the Unusual. That's all we got. Thank you. Good night.
All right, take
Good
care.
night.
God
God
bless.
bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.